Well, after I went to see Zootopia 2 yesterday with my mom at the AMC theater, and best of all, I saw this movie in IMAX. That is cool, man. Man, a very first Disney film, animated film to watch in IMAX form. And that's a type of memory I will never forget. So, what do I think about the second movie out of the Zootopia franchise? Well, let's get this review. But don't worry, this is not the final review for Disney Month. Because this Disney Month is going to continue until at the end of the year. At the end of the year, I would do something special for Disney Month. And on January, we're going to go back on our original schedule. But this time, we're going to do longer Disney Month. So enough further ado, it's going to be a roller coaster ride, everyone. Not just Christmas review we got to deal with, not just Sony review we got to deal with, doing Chicago'sville movies coming out. Now, we're going to do Disney Month longer because we got a lot of Disney film I might do review on this year. Anyway, grab your popcorn, grab your drink, and enjoy of the Zootopia presentations. Hello, everybody. My name is NH Studio Lounge Hill, and welcome to the magical world of Zootopia. Anyway, so doing two, we did a review on the first movie. Now it's time to review on the second film that came out this year on November, which is none other than Zootopia 2, which is easily one of the best animated film of the year. Yup, I prefer this more than K-pop Demon Hunter. I was just saying. Anyway, so enough further ado, let's get the Zootopia 2 review started, shall we? And I will try my best not to spoil this movie because this film is now out in theaters. So guys, if you're a huge fan of Disney film, don't listen or bunch of Disney hater. Go see this film. Go see this film in 3D. Go see this film in IMAX. Go see this film in Dolby Cinema. And go see this film with with your mom, with your dad, with your cousin, grandma, grandpa. Movie for everyone, for all ages. And don't count this film will be a baby movie because this is not a baby movie. This film is rated PG, and this film has a dark tone because Disney always do a great job by doing dark tone with their animated film. Anyway, enough further ado, let's get this started, shall we? So yeah, once again, I really enjoyed the first Zootopia movie that came out 9 years ago, and this has got to be one of my favorite animated film of 2016. Yup, I prefer this more than Moana. Even I enjoy Moana, but still has some couple flaws. But Zootopia is a fantastic movie, and we have never seen a movie about an animal acting like humans. And yes, I already know that Illumination were trying to do the same with same movie, but yeah, I was kind of not impressed with the same movie. And don't get me wrong, it's not a bad movie. It's not the worst anime movie of 2016. I prefer this more than freaking Norman North any day. But honestly, Zootopia will always be better than the same movie because the same movie was trying to be better than Zootopia. And I gotta say, Illumination, you're not better than Disney. You're not better than Walt Disney. You never will be. Anyway, so Zootopia is behind with Deadpool as my second favorite movie of 2016, but I do think Deadpool is a much better movie in my opinion. So yeah. So when Zootopia 2 came out this year, man, did I stutter? Hold on a minute. Anyway, so when Zootopia 2 came out in theaters on last Wednesday on the Thanksgiving weekend, this film was a golden phenomenon, like so far actually. Yeah, this film got a 91%, which that is kind of lower as much as the first movie because I think the first movie got a 98%, but this film got a 91%. And yeah, I do think the sequel is even better than the first one. Even I enjoyed the first one, but I cannot wait till we watch the sequel until it hit on Disney Plus in 2026. So thankfully, I went to saw this movie in theaters yesterday, and it was a fun experience in IMAX. So this film got a 91% for the critic, and this film got a 95% for the audience. So even higher than the first movie for the audience. So yeah. But, like, seriously, having this film be kind of lower than Encanto, that's beyond me. And mark my word, Zootopia 2 will always be better than Encanto, because I think my opinion on the Encanto is kind of declined. So when this film came out on the Thanksgiving weekend, the same with Rotten Tomato, this film did a fantastic job on IMDb. So this film got a 7.8 out of 10 on IMDb, and this film got a 73 on Megascore. And of course, you got your parody poster out of The Devil Will Provide, Incredibles 3, and Fantastic Four for Steph. Which Fantastic Four for Steph is a fantastic comic book movie, and that's my second favorite movie of the year. And so yeah, and I prefer this more than Thunderbolt. Well, wait a second, I prefer Thunderbolt more than Fantastic Four for Steph, but I was just saying, So how how did Zootopia 2 box office win? Well, this film is breaking so many records, man. Yeah, I'm part of this film will be the next box office of the Avengers Endgame, because we haven't got this box office since Moana 2 that came out last year, actually. But a lot of people think that Moana 2 box office is kind of didn't deserve it because they want that film to be a failure. Guys, I am sick of tired of hearing about the Disney flop, because it is really hurting Disney, and I feel bad for them. Well, at the same time, I don't feel bad for the company, because some people always do some stupid decision by remaking some classic animated film and remaking some Disney revival age. You better freaking not touch the Frozen movie, or else I'm gonna be done with Disney live action remake, and I'm really done with that, because after I saw the teaser trailer for that Moana live action remake, and mark my word, that movie's gonna suck. That movie gonna suck as an anus. So as of November 2025, Zootopia 2 has gross of $233 million worldwide. And it is first 3 days, so it's been 3 days, first 3 days, that film got a $233 million worldwide, and this film got a $97.7 million in the North of America, and this film gotten a $135.3 million internationally. So yeah, and this film was projected to earn between $155 million and $165 million in domestically, actually, in the 5-day opening day, actually. So if you want to read the whole thing, see it to yourself. So here you go. But sadly for K-pop Demon Hunter fanbase, sorry to crush your dream of Korean women, but I honestly don't think that K-pop Demon Hunter is going to win at the Academy, because you already know that the Academy always prefer, honestly, well, sort of, because Academy give Get Material Panikido, because that movie came out on Netflix. So they give that reward to Netflix. But maybe they could do the same thing for K-pop Demon Hunter. But here's my problem. I honestly don't think that K-pop Demon Hunter is going to win for Best Animated Feature Film. And I do not care how powerful this film is. I do not care how review did fantastic. Like, just because this movie is a top soundtrack of the year, that doesn't mean this film have necessarily win. Like, come on, Disney haven't win reward since Encanto, which that film was really unnecessary win, because I thought Mature Visual Machine is going to win, but nope, they give it to Encanto. Like, how many times do I have to tell you? It's called Best Animated Feature, not Most Popular Movie. So you gotta pick what animated film, which it will be more feeling that people will feel like, actually, because there's some people are not a huge fan of K-pop Demon Hunter. Like Logan, he's not a huge fan of K-pop Demon Hunter. Even Paul 126, he was saying that Golden Song was kind of overrated, but yeah, honestly, I do kind of agree, but I think Golden is my second favorite song of K-pop Demon Hunter, but I think Soda Pop is my personal favorite song from K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack. But honestly, I'm really thinking that K-pop Demon Hunter is going to be the next Frozen over again. Let me tell you something. Because when the Frozen 1 came out, a lot of people couldn't stop talking about how good Frozen 1 is, and a lot of people are getting sick and tired of it. And all of a sudden, people were saying Let It Go song over and over again. And even worse, they played that song in the freaking radio, and I was like, dude, turn that radio off. Are you really listening to that song? Even that song is fantastic, but that doesn't mean you have to play that song over again. But now this is Frozen situation over again, because radio keep on playing Golden, and a lot of people was talking about it, and I saw a bunch of people dressed up K-pop Demon Hunter. Like, yeah, K-pop Demon Hunter is very powerful, but I'm really thinking that the popularity is kind of getting people tired of them. Like, I'm not saying K-pop Demon Hunter is a bad film. Don't get me wrong, it's a fantastic movie, one of the best Sony movies since Across the Spider-Verse. But all I'm saying is, if you talk about this movie too much, a lot of people will prefer Zootopia 2 more than K-pop Demon Hunter. I was just saying, I'm not trying to trigger Sony Jesus. I was just saying as my own personal opinion. My own personal opinion, even I enjoy K-pop Demon Hunter. But there was a possibility that Zootopia 2 will win at the Oscars. And yeah, I already know that some people think, oh, sequel don't deserve to be a cinema. Well, so why on earth that Toy Story 4 won at the Oscar back in 2020? Yeah, that's what I thought. So no, Toy Story 4 is not a Oscar-winning movie, because the only Oscar-winning movie it deserved on that year was none than Frozen 2. Frozen 2 will always be better than Toy Story 4, and I did not care. A bunch of Toy Story shields said, including Academy in themselves. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that was my own personal opinion about Zootopia 2 versus K-pop Demon Hunter, and I will do a comedian tab. Which movie that you prefer, Zootopia 2 or K-pop Demon Hunter, and I'll tell you at the end of the review. So, what do I think about Zootopia 2? I gotta say, I absolutely love this movie, and the fact is, this film is even better than the first one. I cannot believe I'm saying that, because some sequel always be bad, and you prefer the first film. Let's get an example, you enjoy Krause with a Chance of Meatball back in 2009, except animated, of course. But when you watch the sequel, you'll be like, it's good, but I think the first film is a lot better. But Disney is a king of making sequel. Not just James Cameron is a king of making sequel. I'm really thinking that Walt Disney Animation Studio is the king of making sequel. And Wreck-It Ralph 2, aka Ralph Breaks the Internet, doesn't even count, because that is not how you do a sequel. Frozen 2, Moana 2, and Zootopia 2 is where it is at. Not freaking Wreck-It Ralph 2, okay? Because at least this movie didn't retcon everything what happened to the first movie, because they always stay as better than the first movie, and that is good what it is, actually. And if I stutter too much, my apology, because this video is kind of unscripted. So yeah. So do I have any flaws about this movie? Nah, I do not have any flaws about this movie. Let's get to positive, and I'll try my best not to spoil this movie. So the story is absolutely fantastic. Honestly, I'm not talking about much more about the story, because I think the story is really spoiler territory. So let's just skip the story, and I'll talk about the story if I rewatch this film next year. And the character in this movie is absolutely fantastic, and I'll get to my favorite character in this movie. So yeah, so I'm in IMDb right now, so let's get to the character, shall we? So let's get the character of Judy Hopps. Judy Hopps, she is even better than the first one, because she is very awesome, and honestly, and her acting is very fantastic, and she might be one of my category for my best animated voice war in my category until next show on my Nick Hicks Reward 2026, and stay tuned for that. So Judy Hopps, she's very awesome bunny, and I don't have a crush on her because she's a cute little bunny rabbit. And of course you got Nick Weil. Oh man, who do you think you're fooling? Honestly, do you only think that Zootopia is going to put me in the movie? I wish. But honestly, no, I'm not talking about Nick Hicks, which is me. No, I'm not talking about Nick Jonas. I'm not talking about Nickelodeon. I'm talking about Nick Weil, which is my favorite. which is my favorite performance by Jason Bateman, because Jason Bateman is a fantastic actor and he was in some underrated gem called The Office Christmas Party, and I'll do a review on that movie for Christmas month actually. So Christmas month is coming actually. So yeah, stay tuned for that. So Nick Wire, he's a very funny character and he always don't take the situation too seriously, and that's how Nick Wire is actually. But the chemistry between with Nick and Judy are very fantastic. And yeah, and they didn't become a love couple yet, but they might have to save it for Zootopia 3. Let's hope so, because if it's not, yeah, probably some people would definitely found unfair that DreamWorks made the couple from the bad guys, but not Disney with Zootopia. So let's hope Zootopia 3 that Judy and Nick would definitely be the love couple, but until they could be buddy cops. Of course, you got Gary the Snake. Yeah, Gary the Snake. Even I'm not a type of person of handle snake because I absolutely hate snakes, but this has got to be one of my favorite snake out there. So Gary is a fantastic snake, and having the actor that he was in every scene everywhere all at once, that is fantastic, man. That is fantastic. Well, even I prefer his character in every scene everywhere all at once, but this guy is my second favorite performance. So yeah, and of course you got this character played by the same actress that she was in Office Christmas Party. Okay, I just found it really random. So we got a two celebrity who was in the Office Christmas Party, which is Jason Bateman and the actress, and both was in Office Christmas Party. I did not know. I did not see the day come that a Disney film hire a celebrity from two celebrity in an odd-rated comedy film. That is fantastic. And of course, when she say, breathe it in, it's a hey bub, hey bub, hey bub, hey bub. Man, honestly, I think that hey bub comedy is honestly one of the best things that she did. So yeah, that hey bub comedy was very funny. And the humor in this movie is absolutely fantastic, and I'll get the humor here in just a minute. Okay, let's talk about this character right here. Honestly, I'm not gonna say much more about his character because he's voiced by the same actor that he was in Brooklyn Nine-Nine and of course Hotel Transylvania as Johnny. And I gotta say, this character will always be better than Johnny. So yeah, Johnny in the Hotel Transylvania 4, you screw him. Anyway, guys, so yeah, I'm not talking about much more about his character because there's something strange going on with this character, so I'll talk about that in my spoiler territory until next year with a hit on Disney+. Of course, we got my boy the Chief. Yeah, you got my boy the Chief. Chief Bogo. Voiced by Ezra Rosa. Yup, the same actor that he was in the Sonic movie as Knuckle. He was in that James Gunn Suicide Squad from Bloodsport, and that is fantastic, dude. But honestly, the Chief, he might be one of my second favorite performers behind with Knuckles, and Knuckles will always be better than the Chief. But honestly, I gotta say, but the Chief is a fantastic. He still has the same personality, and yeah, it's pretty shocking that it's pretty shocking of what Gary did to him, but I don't want to give it any spoiler territory. So yeah, I gotta say, Chief is a very fantastic guy. He can handle the police department, and he's very fantastic. Alright, and of course, you got this. Shakira or Grinzaya. Yeah, Grinzaya is man, she might be one of my favorite female characters in this movie because she is so beautiful. And for the animal, yeah, I don't want to say Drop That Gorgeous because that would be very Zootopia, and I cannot stand Zootopia, and you know it would be. And I'll get to this character in a minute because he is my favorite. Alright, and this character right here, the Dr. Futterbun, yeah, she's very funny in this movie, and she's very comedy in this movie. And of course, you got him. Yeah, you remember him from the first movie? He came back, and I am so glad he came back on the right time. Now let's get to my favorite character in this movie. Not just this is my second favorite character in this movie, and I do prefer this more than Judy Hopps in my opinion, but my favorite character in this movie, which is none other than Mayor Brian Randancer. Yup, the actor, his name is the legendary himself from The Elvis in the Groove, Patrick Warburton. You already know I'm a huge major fan of Patrick Patrick Warburton, because this is the same actor that he was in B-Movie, Seinfeld, The Elvis Negro, Family Guy, and last not least, one of my favorite performers that he did. Period, was none than him as Mr. Parkin from Kim Possible. Yeah, I did not know he was in Kim Possible as a teacher. But honestly, Mr. Parkin is my own personal opinion. It's my own personal opinion as one of my favorite performers by Patrick Warburton. And I gotta say, this has got to be one of my second favorite performers by Patrick Warburton, because Patrick Warburton is my top 10 favorite actor in Hollywood, and he is so awesome. And his iconic voice and his iconic scream, man, that's Patrick Warburton. And doing to his getting all these days, but he still look pretty good. In the 60 and the 70 age. So yeah, and honestly, I really know my voice sound like him, but honestly, who cares? But anyway, so that's why Mayor Brian Wayne Dancer is my favorite character in this movie. And that's why this girl is my second favorite character in this movie, because she got a lot to do instead of the first movie. So that's pretty awesome. So yeah, and the climax of this movie, I don't want to talk about the climax in this movie, because the climax in this movie is really fantastic. But once again, this film, well, kind of spoiled, and I hope you guys will cover your ears. But I'm probably this film, so I'm probably some of the scene, they did a reference of The Shining. Yeah, they did a reference of The Shining. Yeah, in some scene which I don't want to explain. Don't want a huge contest, but all I'm saying is, but this film have a reference of The Shining, so of the snow scene. So I don't want to give spoiler for that. So if you get spoiled for that, it's your fault that you guys turn off your volume and listen to it. I told you to turn down your volume, but you guys didn't listen, like always. And of course, the song of this movie called Zoo. Zoo, ooh, ooh. Man, that is a fantastic song. One of the best way to start in the end of the movie. I'm really hoping they can make a Zootopia 3, but don't make it in 2020. And please don't make it pretty late. And maybe you could do it early, maybe after Frozen 3 and 4. Because even I want Zootopia 3, but I want Disney to focus on Frozen 3 and Frozen 4 in the original Disney film first, and then you can greenlight a Zootopia 3, because you don't want to rush yourself, just like with Bob Chapek trying to rush Disney. And that's the main reason why that Strange World was a piece of garbage, because that film was completely ruined how good the Disney legacy is, actually. So overall, guys, that's all I have to say for Zootopia 2. I'm trying my best not to spoil this movie, but this is the best I can do. So overall, guys, Zootopia 2 is got to be one of my favorite movie of the year. It has got to be one of my favorite animated film of the year, behind with The Bad Guys 2 and K-Pop Demon Hunter. The story is even better than the first movie. The characters are very lovable, and the action scene is really incredible. And the police aspect is the best part of the movie. And Brian War Dancer is my favorite character in this movie, because he voiced by Patrick Warburton, the same actor that he was in Kim Possible as Mr. Parkin. And Shakira character in this movie, she got a lot to do. So I really hoping in the third movie she have a lot to do, and I really hoping she could do a lot of song in the soundtrack, because in the first movie you have try everything, but in this movie you have Zoo. And this is a huge hot take, because I do prefer Zoo more than Try Everything. But anyway, I love Try Everything. That is a fantastic song. It gives it beautiful matches. But Zoo is a fantastic song, and I will play that song after this video. And myself, and my own, and in my headphone, of course. Anyway, guys, so in this film, it's got to be one of my second favorite Disney film, behind with Frozen 2, and this has got to be one of my favorite movie out of the Zootopia franchise. So I'm going to give Zootopia 2 a 10 out of 10, epic, brilliant, zoo masterpiece. Get it? Like, movies a zoo? Oh my god, that's such stupid puns. And of course, this film is well deserved a zoo upon of NH zoo awesomeness. And I don't fancy to put that as a picture, because that would be a lot to do, and it would be a lot of editing, because I'm trying my best to be kind of lazy in my videos, but I was just saying. Anyway, guys, so that was my movie review on Zootopia 2, and this film was a worth the wait, and I cannot wait to see what next for Judy and Nick Adventures. So yeah. And even I was not kind of happy that the fact that Bill Weddle came back, but thankfully she got a little screen time. So at least she got a little screen time. So yeah, and I do not care if I give spoiled because I'm probably some people don't even care about Bill Weddle. So let's hope Bill Weddle don't come back in the third movie. Like I'm sick and tired of Bill Weddle. Man, what the shit, man. Anyway, guys, so at least the twist villain in this film is even better than the first twist villain, because in the first movie twist villain it came out of nowhere, but in the twist villain in this movie I can't even explain it, but the twist villain in this movie is such incredible, and I will explain about that in my spoiler review in the future, but I might have to do it tomorrow for longer Disney month, of course. Anyway, guys, so type in the comments section what is your favorite scene of this movie with no spoiler territory, and if you give a spoiler for this movie, I have to delete your comment, but in the nice way impossible. And type in the comments section what is your favorite character in this movie. For me is Brian Wolf dancers, and of course one of my honestly, and what is your favorite song in this movie? My favorite song in this movie, which is another than Zoo, which is a fantastic way to open and end of the movie. So yeah. Even I want Disney to make a Zootopia 3, but I want them focused on Frozen 3 and Frozen 4 because those both sequel need to be focused on. And then you can get a Zootopia 3, actually. I already know that some people think that Zootopia 3 is really unnecessary. Like, I really want to see these characters again. Like, it's pretty hard to make an original film. Like, what part of people that you don't understand? Like, these people don't understand, man. So, yeah, and honestly, and if you want an original sequel, look how Strange World and Wish is. You guys didn't even see it, and honestly, guys, this is your fault that Disney Wish failed because you guys refused to watch it because of the stupid Strange World situation. Like, move on for Strange World. Who give a crap about Strange World? Because that film is easily one of the second worst Walt Disney Animation Studio film behind what Home Alone Range and The Wire and Marcy's Mom don't even count because they're both movie made by a different studio. But even as marked as a Disney film, but it is not marked as a Walt Disney Animation Studio film. So, yeah, I think the worst Walt Disney Animation Studio movie is not Marcy's Mom, it made by a different studio. No, it's Home on the Range. Screw Home on the Range in the anus, and that is the worst animal movie I ever seen in my life. Well, I think no one would know if it's way worse, but I think Home on the Range is in the second. Ugh. Anyway, guys, so type in the comments section what is your favorite scene of this movie, what is your favorite character in this movie, and what is your favorite song of this movie. And type in the comments section what is your favorite Disney film and what's your worst Disney film that you've ever seen. Comment below and let me know, and stay tuned with my tier list ranking of every single Disney classic animated film from 1937 all the way to 2025. Let me know in the comment if you want me to do that, so I might have to do it pretty late, actually, so yeah. Anyway, guys, so yeah, if you enjoyed of the Zootopia review, if you want to see more of this, Nick and Judy go on the police adventures to find some mystery. Please, I like meeting you, gentlemen and ladies. You hit the zoo subscribe button, turn on the zoo notification, and share the video to all the Zootopia animal at all ages. So yeah, I'm done talking. So I'm done. So this is NH Studio Lounge signing off, and yaddios, and your gentlemen and ladies, have a great Zootopia, and please don't get caught by a wolf. Goodbye! Like a bolt out of the blue,
fate steps in and sees you through. When you